Hello, Fanduel fans. I'm DFSJ, here to prepare you for the opening slate of the 2019 NBA playoffs. So first, I'm going to list my studs, values, and punts at each position. At point guard, my stud is Ben Simmons, my value is Jamal Murray, and my punt is Michael Carter-Williams. I really like Ben Simmons today because Embiid is out, so there's likely to be more scoring and rebounding opportunities for Simmons. I also like Michael Carter-Williams here. At 4,400, he's very, very cheap. And to end the season, he averaged 23.2 fantasy points per game. So he could be a cheap punt to plug into your lineup. At shooting guard, I have D'Angelo Russell as my stud, Klay Thompson as my value, and Marco Bellinelli as my punt. Now, I really like Klay Thompson because the Clippers-Warriors game, well, the Clippers and Warriors both play at a very high pace, and I think Klay Thompson's price is a little low for what his ceiling is. I think if he has a good game, he could easily hit around 45, 50 fantasy points. My punt is Marco Bellinelli. Marco Bellinelli is at min price, but when he has the hot hand, the Spurs do like to play him 20, 25, 30 minutes a game. So if he does get hot, he could be a very good punt to put in your lineup. At small forward, my stud is Kevin Durant, my value is Danilo Gallinari, and my punt is Norman Powell. So for Kevin Durant, I feel like his play over the last month has kind of it's been un-Kevin Durant like recently last game he completed a game without getting a single rebound, but I think the Warriors were just letting him just stay warm and they weren't really trying, and that kind of lowered his price a little. So I think right now he's very undervalued at price. I think he's going to have a big game. Another guy I really like is Norman Powell at 3,800. He usually plays 15 minutes a game, but it was revealed that OG Anunoby had an appendicitis treatment a few days ago, and he's out indefinitely. So Powell could be getting maybe 20, 25 minutes. And if the game becomes a blowout, Powell could be the primary scorer. So moving on to power forward. My stud is Tobias Harris, my value is Montrezl Harrell, and my punt is Ed Davis. I like Tobias Harris because Embiid's injury does leave a lot of scoring opportunities around. With Montrezl Harrell, when the Warriors and the Clippers played 6 days ago, he got the start and got 31 minutes in that game. So I think for this playoff series, Harrell's probably going to be starting a lot. For my punt, I really like Ed Davis at 3,700. Brooklyn and Philadelphia are both really good rebounding teams, but Brooklyn usually plays small ball unless they can't handle another team's rebounding, in which they put in Ed Davis. And Philadelphia is a very good rebounding team, so I like Ed Davis here. So at center, my stud is Nikola Jokic, my value is DeMarcus Cousins, and my punt is Boban Marjanovic. Jokic is solid and consistent. He will most likely get you 45 to 60 fantasy points a night. DeMarcus Cousins is an interesting play. I really like his matchup. The Clippers play at a very fast pace, which is good for fantasy points. And his two possible matchups, either Ivica Zubac, who is kind of slow to be matching up on Cousins. If Zubac gets put on him, he's probably going to pick and pop a lot and shoot a lot of threes because Zubac can't close out. And if Harrell is on him, he could just use his size. Either way, he's going to have an advantage. I really like him. For my punt, I put Boban Marjanovic at 5,500. I mean, he's a punt technically, but he's probably also going to be chalk. If you don't want to play a guy like Jokic or Cousins or maybe Vucevic, I'd suggest you go Boban. So the status of Joel Embiid is very important in this game. If Embiid is out, Boban, Amir Johnson, and Bolden, if he does play, could get considerably more minutes and be value plays. Another thing to look for is I really like Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench. He could be a key in this game, and at 4,900, if you need a cheap point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie is a viable option. Now, in the Orlando-Toronto series, OG Anunoby is out with appendicitis, so that could open up opportunities for Norman Powell and Danny Green. Orlando also is a big team, so Serge Ibaka might be getting more minutes. And Terrence Ross has been lighting it up lately. He's averaged 27.25 points per game over his last 4 games. In the Clippers-Golden State series, Montrezl Harrell moved into the starting lineup, and he'll probably do that again to match their small ball lineup. Patrick Beverley will also be tasked with stopping Stephen Curry, so he should probably be on the court whenever Curry's on the court. So if Curry plays 35 minutes, expect Beverley to play 35 minutes. And also, according to the season averages, this will be the highest paced game of the day. In the San Antonio-Denver series, something to watch is Gary Harris, Will Barton, Monte Morris, and Malik Beasley. All are very cheap and all have the potential to play 30-plus minutes if the situation is right. Now, Will Barton and Gary Harris do start, but could be pulled if Monte Morris or Malik Beasley start to get hot. Now, for the Spurs, LaMarcus Aldridge is cheaper than his usual price. He's usually priced in the mid-9,000s. However, I don't like him against Nikola Jokic, and the pace of this game isn't very helpful to his case. Both teams are in the bottom 10 of pace in the NBA, so this game is bound to be slow. However, it is a slow game, so I could see this game going to overtime. As with all the other games too, I think the game with the highest potential to go to overtime is this game and the Nets-Sixers game. The game I think could be with the highest potential to be a blowout is the Toronto-Orlando game. Alright, that's all I have. Leave a comment if you have a question or if you disagree with anything I said. Good luck today, and hopefully we make some money.